Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Willie Moreno Junior High School. Your MC for this evening, yours truly, Jose Santos Vindiola, better known as El Cartero, El Muffet from the 2030 Club, and other names which I will not mention now in public. It's an honor to have John Moreno, the Honorable Mayor of the City of Calexico, to ask me to be his Master of Ceremonies this evening. It means a lot to me because I happen to be born and raised in this beautiful city that I call Calexico. Not Calesia, it's always been Calexico to me. I was gone for 10 years and I was dying to get back when I left here in 1955. I see so many beautiful faces out there that I've known for so many years. And it's nice to see you come out here and support our city, support our mayor, who has a very important message in the address of the city of Calexico. But first of all, there's some very beautiful dignitaries among our crowd this evening. As I mention your name, would you be kind enough to stand so everybody can see who exactly I am talking about? An old friend of mine, also a former member of the California National Guard, we served together, supervisor of the county, Mr. Jack Terrazas. Stay up, take bow, Jack. There you go. From the IID, of course, we always complain about our light rates, but that's beside the point. Another well-known individual, Mr. Jim Hanks. Take a bow, Hank. A newly elected city councilman, I had the pleasure of meeting him prior to his running for election, and I think it was a good choice. We know that it's not an easy job, but he needs our support. So let's remember Armando Manny, our city councilman from the city of Calexico, Mr. Real. Manny Real, take a bow, Manny. It's way back in the back. It was a beautiful white coat. Also, this is a city councilwoman, Maricia Hurtado. Maricia is for the second term. Best of luck, Maricia. Thank you. Also with us, a representative from Mr. Senator Vargas is Mr. Felix, Rene Felix. Take a bow, Mr. Felix. Bienvenido, gracias. And representing the mayor of the city of El Centro, just a little hop, skip, and a jump from here, is our good friend Efrain Silvia. Mr. Silvia, bienvenido. Another city supervisor on his second term, my good friend, also a member of my organization, the Calexico American Legion, Mr. John Renison. Representing Senator Ben Hueso, Joanna Caballeros. Joanne, take a bow, mija, take a bow. Thank you, bienvenida. And the new Superior Court Judge, Ruth Montenegro. Ruth, take a bow. I met this person here a few years ago, outstanding individual, Mr. Rudy Castillo, County Supervisor. Last but not least, a newly elected mariachi queen, Rosenda Moreno. Take a bow, mija. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Again, there is other dignitaries I'm sure that I might have missed. Please forgive me. Again, I thank you for being here with us. Mr. Ray Castillo. I could have sworn I mentioned his name. Maybe I didn't. Mr. Ray, bienvenido. The program might be a little bit long this evening, but I hope you can all stretch it out with us. At this time, I'd like to have the presentation of colors by the Calexico Police Department Color Guard. Everybody stand, please. As the Our national anthem will be sung by the lovely Natalia Lozano.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Let's have a round of applause for the Calexico Color Guard. Thank you, boys. Terrific. At this time, I'd like to have Father Miguel Campos come up here and give the invocation for the season, please. Father?
Ante todo somos personas de fe y cuando logramos conjugar esa realidad, las cosas cambian. Somos seres humanos, pero en cada uno de nosotros está la presencia de Dios. Cada ser humano es un acto infinito del amor de Dios. Y esa realidad puede hacer que esta ciudad cambie. And each one of us is the presence of God. And we have been created to build up this beautiful place. Blessed be God, Most High Creator of men and women, Creator of heaven and earth. In your mercy you have given humans the capacity and capability to cooperate in the construction of this beautiful world and city. Merciful Father, you are the owner of time and have given every human being a mission on their path through this earth. Please see that the job you have given each one of us serves for the construction of the common good of all who live and pass through our city. In all of your creation, we find order and harmony. Enlighten us so we may implement these realities into our world, into our city. In doing so, we can build a better Calexico. Grant us that we in the city of Calexico live in harmony, respecting every human being despite differences in creed, religion, race, sex, or social status. The Word of God says, happy is he or her who remembers the poor and the weak. On a bad day, the Lord will save him. The Lord will keep him alive and happy on this earth. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this beautiful land that you give us to transform. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father Campos. At this time, it's a pleasure and honor to introduce an old friend, Mr. Victor Carrillo. Victor, come forward, please. The second voice of the Calexico Bulldogs. I happen to be the first, John's the second, this is the third. Brother Vic, good to see you, my brother.
Thank you. Good evening. First of all, before starting, on the introduction of John Moreno, there was a great Greek orator several thousand years ago that said, the foundation of every government is the education of its youth. And teaching and learning and incorporating civic responsibility. It gives me great pleasure, and it's an honor to see all these young student athletes, representatives of the local Parent Athletic League, here tonight to listen to the eloquence of John Moreno, who I'll be introducing shortly. I'd also like to give a special thank you and an appreciation to how the national anthem was performed tonight by Calexico's own Natalia Lozano. John Moreno comes from a pioneer family that served as the foundation of several pillars in the history of Calexico. Calexico has a lot of gratitude to those that made this community possible 107 years ago. And as Calexico has grown and expanded, as you see, we're here in the western edge of Calexico at William Moreno Junior High School. It's a privilege and an honor. He was first elected to the city council in 2008. He represented Calexico symbolically and with leadership through the earthquake in April of 2010 and gave his State of the City address in January of 2011. He was re-elected in 2012 and has been chosen by his colleagues on the city council to serve as mayor and provide that leadership here for 2014-2015. So without any further ado, from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Thursday night, here at William Moreno Junior High School, we gather tonight to hear the State of the City address to be presented by John Moreno. He's the voice of choice. He's the real deal. The Master Blaster. Your friend and mine, his honor, your honor, John Moreno Brown.
Welcome to the State of the City address. Vic, thanks a lot for that wonderful introduction. My name is John Moreno, and I'm the mayor of the city of Calexico and voice of the Bulldogs. And today, we're going to take you on a special tour throughout the city, looking at the many things that have been happening over this past year. We're going to look at police and fire protection. We're going to look at public works. We're going to look at parks and recreation. We're going to look at housing and economic development. We're going to look at art in public places. So I'd like to thank Calexico, our city staff, and you residents, because together we can make great things happen only in Calexico. Join us. We're going to check out our police department and our fire department here on 5th Street in Calexico to find out what's going on. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. We're here with Chief Mike Bostic for the Calexico Police Department, who's going to tell us a little bit about what's been going on since he's took over the helm back in October and what we look forward to in the future. Mike, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Mr. Bell. I love that song. That was actually the show when I was 3 years old that I used to start watching, and my mom was having a fit. It made me want to be an LA police officer, and that show made it happen. So thanks for that introduction. That was very cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, I've been here 6 months now, and wow, we've got a lot done. I think the worst is behind us of what has to be resolved in the department. I'm really looking forward to the future. Yesterday, as you know, the Department of Justice has come in, and they're going to help us rebuild the department and train us, and that's really exciting. There's lots and lots of people from everybody I've known in law enforcement that can't wait to come and help us in our department.
And so they'll assess and evaluate and work together to execute. Is that right?
Right. We're getting some really talented people. They're bringing in former chiefs of police from San Jose and Chicago, and really, really bright guys that are really good at community policing. And I look forward to it because, you know, the one thing I know is I don't know everything, never will, and will never profess to. So I really like the fact that we have other sets of eyes, that lots of experience coming in to help us. My officers are excited. My new union people came in and sat in on the meetings with me with DOJ, and as you know, the community got to speak, and they're going to come back and talk a lot to the community and to everybody about what's going on around here and what they hope for. So it's really a very exciting time, and I'm looking forward to it. Really good police officers that are so excited about the future here in Calexico.
And there's always room for improvement. Many times I've noticed that agencies, public or private, always look to improve themselves. And I know that one of your main tenets is to look at providing better service. And I think that's the overall picture of the police department.
Yeah, you know, what I keep saying over and over, every time I'm recruiting people, we're going to hire a bunch of people in the next few months. We're going to promote some sergeants in the next few months. I'm looking for one very serious attitude in every one of them, service to the community. What I want to reassure the citizens and you and the council is we've got a really good department with a really good capability of moving forward from here. And I'm excited about that future. We're going to bring in some new blood, which is always good in an organization. And I'm excited about the future.
Well, thanks a lot, Chief, for your time. And I know you're a busy man, and we look forward to many great things.
Here we are at the Calexico Fire Department with Captain Damian Gonzalez, who's going to brief us on some of the things that have happened over the past year and some of the things that they look forward to in the coming year for the Calexico Fire Department. Captain Gonzalez, can you comment on some of the things that you've done in this last year that make this department one of the premier departments in the city of Calexico?
Sure. This past year we've done a lot. We've been very aggressive as far as our fleet and apparatus. Here on the right-hand side we've got Truck 91, services the city of Calexico and our valley. It was redone back in Florida from the ground up. So you're dealing with a brand new fire truck. First line out engines here. The chief got us a couple new engines here, one for each side of the city. Frontline engines, brand new, state of the art. So our citizens are well protected, and it makes us as workers very gratified to have something like that. It's very safe for us.
What is the secret behind the successful department? Could it be that you have a leader that listens and that makes decisions on consensus? Could it be that the brotherhood is all together for the main vision of the city of Calexico, and that is to serve the public? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. As far as the leadership goes, our fire chief is very approachable. He's very energetic, positive person. He works well with city officials and with our department. Our firemen are very pleased, are very happy, and very passionate about their work. They've got the team mentality, and they work well together, serving the city of Calexico and throughout the valley.
And we look forward to the new fire station that's going to be built here within the next couple of years. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you, Captain Gonzalez, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody, we're here at Planning and Public Works with our city engineer, Nick Servin, who's going to give us an update on some of the major projects happening in the city of Calexico as we look forward to the future. Nick, can you comment on what's going on with the projects and street improvements, etc., that is happening for Calexico?
Oh, yes, we have in store quite a few projects for this year and next year. Expansion of Anza Road, the airport's being expanded right now with the runway being redone completely. We have the bridge at the New River. Along with the river, we have a parkway project that we're also starting up. We have Mega Park, we have Palazzo, we have Aldi stores, the casino project, and Highway 98 will be expanded into 4 lanes as well.
Can you talk about the 5-year plan for the resurfacing of some of the streets in Calexico?
Every year, we have a 5-year plan, but every year we try to do about $2 million worth of streets throughout the city of Calexico.
Here we are literally in the middle of Cole Road between the 2 double yellow lines, and we're very happy that Cole Road was resurfaced earlier this year in September. One of the many streets in Calexico that needed that resurfacing. We still have a plan for 5 years to resurface many of the streets in our great city.
We used to have a 1, 3, and 4 million gallon tank. Now we demolished the 1 and 3. We built a new 6 million gallons, so now we have storage for 10 million gallons. That tank, by the way, I'm glad you asked, has won an award with ASCE, American Society of Civil Engineers, and we're going to receive an award this next couple of weeks.
Well, congratulations, and we thank you for all the work that you're doing for the city of Calexico. Nick Servin, Public Works City Engineer, Planning.
Thank you.
We're here with Terry Nava, Housing Manager for the City of Calexico, who's going to share with us some of the highlights the city experienced this past year and what to look forward to in the following year.
So the City of Calexico is really excited. We will be having 48 units built, the Via Primavera multifamily units over on Meadows Avenue.
We are at the Via Primavera Apartments here, which is a project by Chelsea Corporation, the City of Calexico, garnered through state funds. This is for low to moderate income housing, one of the many developments in the City of Calexico that's going on right now.
We should be having those up and running by August of this year. We've also been very excited about the grants that we've received, over $3 million in housing programs, first-time homebuyer, housing rehabilitation, and a tenant-based rental assistance program. Compared to the past years, this has been the most beneficial and the most exciting year. We have a wonderful team who is providing many, many services to the City of Calexico. We hope to enhance that budget next year, and we'll see how things go.
Well, thank you very much, Terry. That was very good news to hear from the Housing Division of the City of Calexico. We're at Bowker Cole Road in Calexico, where we're looking at the Oasis at Las Palmas development. It's prefabricated homes, single-family dwelling, over 100 acres. As far as the eye can see, you can see them out here tearing up the dirt and getting it ready for development, which should be by the end of 2015, early 2016. We're at the annual car show here in downtown Calexico, put together by the BID and other groups. We also have the Chamber of Commerce and the active Desert Valley Bandits that put on the Christmas Parade and the Halloween Carnival. These are the events that happen in Calexico, in historic downtown Calexico. Hey, we're here at the library with, we're at the library with Sandra Towler, and she's going to give us an update on some of the things on the horizon with the library and the recreation services. Sandra, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm very excited because we're going to have a very active summer program coming up in just a couple months where we're going to have lots of free classes for children in all areas. The library has a very active 8-week summer reading program that helps kids maintain their reading skills during the year. And of course, we have daily activities, so it's not all about reading. I encourage you to visit the library and see the wonderful array of programs and services that we have to offer.
Thank you very much, Sandra. I'm here at Cordova Park in Calexico, one of the latest developments within the city. Money has been allocated to reconfigure this park with soccer courts and baseball diamonds and other kinds of things for the city of Calexico. 2 Little League fields and the possibility of a 3rd Babe Ruth Park can fit in this area here where it's a dirt lot. Over the past year, Calexico has spent over $220,000 in park upgrades. 8 parks were given picnic tables and benches. We had 4 parks that had ball field improvements close to $125,000. Drinking fountains were replaced in 13 of our parks, thanks through the Parks Department and grants by the state of California. And this will be one of the bigger parks and the best parks in the city in the future. Here we have John Quinn, the finance director for the city of Calexico, who's going to tell us a little bit about how the budget was balanced and what we expect in the year to come. John, what do you think?
Well, I think very positively. We have a balanced budget this fiscal year. Next fiscal year will also be very balanced, and it's very difficult sometimes to do it, but with all of the technological advances that we've put in here and the efficiencies we're gaining, a little reorganizing the staff, we're able to cut costs and continue that. And we're looking to get some more revenue from Grand Plaza, some sales tax, and some other areas where we plan to get a little more revenue, so that'll make the job of balancing the budget a little bit easier. We're going to be doing a lot more economic development, and hopefully that'll start paying off this next year as well.
Well, that sounds good. We got some good news ahead of us. Here we are at the Chamber of Commerce grounds on the corner of 111 and 86. Many events, many openings of business have happened throughout the year, and we're very proud that the work that they're doing to promote and retain businesses in Calexico. Many ribbon cutting happened throughout the year and remodeling of certain businesses as well. Garland's, a local downtown fixture, moved to the center of downtown in Calexico. We've had new restaurants open up, La Taqueria, Tacos and Tortillas, Flautas and Sopes. We've got gyms in Calexico, almost 6 of them that provide CrossFit, as well as boxing, as well as weights and Zumba, and all kinds of things for those of you that are interested in keeping in shape. And of course, our signature event, the Mariachi Festival, happening in May.
Viva Calexico!
We also had the Mardi Gras, the Farmers Market once a month, and then we had 2 Independence Day celebrations with the 4th of July and the 16th of September. This is the old Calexico Municipal Pool, where I'm standing. What once was the Calexico Municipal Pool, built in 1956 and destroyed by the Easter Sunday earthquake in 2010. The Calexico School District and the City of Calexico have joined together to rebuild this much better in a more modern way, to where within a year from now, we will see our residents utilizing a swimming pool once again. This is one of the many murals that we have in Calexico, art in public places, with the help of the Arts Commission, Parks and Recreation, and volunteers that come out and paint over and draw their depictions of what they think should be here. So this is one of the many that we have in Calexico. Now we're going to go check out the Grand Plaza and some economic development that's happened in the city of Calexico. We're here with City Manager Richard Warren, who is going to give us a little information on some of the major developments happening along the border here in Calexico. Wow.
Okay, so
This is where we're at right here.
right, so this is going to be the new port of entry.
Forever 21, Burlington Code.
This is the new port of entry.
We're now standing on what used to be the old port of entry, the commercial port of entry, which has been closed for 20 years. The federal government finally has appropriated pretty close to $300 million for the expansion of Calexico's downtown port of entry, something that was in the works for over 7-8 years. In this area, you're going to see vehicular traffic come across that will be in a safe manner and yet at the same time stimulate our border economy.
The city will replace the bridge across the New River at this location. That's approximately a $2.5 million project. There will be a 4-story hotel located here, as well as this is a fast food restaurant. at this location. So the part that's already completed is this section here, which is approximately 62 acres.
We're here at the Ground Plaza Outlet Mall, which is due for another phase, and yet another phase that will take us all the way to the American Canal and triple the size of what we see already here at this shopping center.
So what is going to happen by next June is that Phase 1B, which is right here, and Phase 2A, which is right here, will be constructed by June of 2015, along with the road improvements of 2nd Street, all the way to this location. There's approximately 226,000 square feet of retail space in 1B and 227,000 square feet of retail space in 2A. This project is the most important economic development project in the Imperial Valley. It will provide 2,600 new jobs. It will provide sales tax, property tax, and other fees to help support municipal services in the community. And it will provide goods and services to not only the city of Calexico, but also Mexicali and the other people in the Imperial Valley. So we're excited about it. This is a true game changer, not only for the city of Calexico, but for the entire Imperial Valley.
Julia, tell us about some of the things that you're doing, some of the things you're responsible for in this new role as Economic Development Manager.
Our plan is that we have joint efforts with Mexicali, which is the Industrial Commission of Mexicali, which they're very aggressive in marketing and promoting the city. So they believe that having joint efforts makes a company look at us as a stronger region. So that's why we're doing that. We've also partnered up with IBEDC and also Team California. So I believe that all these partnerships makes us to be more exposed to other areas of the United States and of the world entirely.
You know, they say anything about a successful business is location, location, location. Can you talk about our location with proximity to San Diego, Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and how that's going to affect the economic development within our community?
It makes commercial importing and exporting very, very easily, and I believe that that's something that we need to solve. We have an expanding airport where we're also trying to see if we can get aerospace that can be testing here in the U.S. because aerospace requires that some of their parts be tested in the U.S. So that's one of our goals, and it's great industry to relocate in this area. And I also want to mention that we have reactivated the Economic Development Commission. These people are wonderful people that the council has elected for us, and they are really going to be active participants in promoting our city. They will be ambassadors to our city in promoting our economic development here. It is very exciting times for the city of Calexico.
Well, thank you very much, Julia. I appreciate you speaking on this.
It's been my pleasure, and I love doing this.
In summary, Calexico has done a lot to progress in the past year, from enhancing our parks, developing culture through art in public places, and bringing renowned artists to inspire the youth, as well as creating a strong bond with our sister city, Mexicali, which will enable a stronger economic development and, of course, getting the right leadership and staff to make it happen. Calexico, this is the current state of our city, but I see a vast potential ahead of us. With all these projects and development, Calexico has a very bright future. It is up to us, the council, but more importantly, you as individuals, to come together and bring new ideas to the table. Calexico is the heart of this region. We are a community of some of the most passionate and outstanding people because of our unique border experience where the Mexican and American cultures blend. The passion of Mexican heritage and the opportunity of the American dream is all here. Let's use this to our advantage and move forward as individuals and as a city. Get involved. Start something new and fall in love with this city. Let's all work together to make this city flourish. I'm here for you. Contact me if you have any suggestions or ideas. Only in Calexico do you find people that take risks the way we do.
Our parents and grandparents risked all they had to get here. Let's be grateful for that. Let's use this opportunity they gave us to not only make it for us, but to make this city better. Because if this city grows, we grow. Remember, it starts with one to change the world. If you want the change, be the first to start that change. Be the first to follow your gut, to follow your heart. Don't be afraid. Don't be controlled by fear, but lead by faith. Faith in a better tomorrow for you and ultimately this great city.
And here he is, live and in color, the Honorable, your friend and mine, John Moreno. I'm so inspired, I'm ready to go back into service.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone. A big thank you to Angel Esparza, the creative mind behind all of this, mi Calexico. I don't know what to say. I'm very emotional. We had the drum line next, did we? Okay. I'd like to dedicate this whole event to my mother and father, who are no longer with us, but it did inspire all of us children to be better, to take this community and make it better. And that's my goal. I think that's all of our goals is to look at what we've done and make it better. Joe Vindiola, thank you very much for emceeing tonight. I'd like to thank all the people that came from out of town today. I saw the Wallace family here. I hadn't seen them, Debbie Wallace, in, I don't know, 20, 25 years or something like that. But it's good to see you, and your family did a lot. Today we're focusing on the people that have helped this community recreate. Recreation is a big part of any community. It's a big part of the schools. A lot of the pride that Calexico has starts with the schools and their sports teams. And that starts with the city teams while the youth is in elementary or in junior high. So I was speaking with the committee, which comprised of Victor Carrillo, Joe Vindiola, Loli Torres. Is she here? Loli is way in the back. Also a big hand in this. Erica La Cuesta. Is Erica here? No? And Sally Hernandez as well. And we talked and we decided, let's focus on the positive things that Calexico does for the community. I know that we have a lot of relationships to build, that we have a lot of issues that we have to fix on our own. And I'm a realist. I know that we've got things that need to happen. But we have things that are happening now. We have our youth sports. We have our Parents Athletic League. We have Little League. We have Pop Warner. We have youth basketball, soccer. We don't have golf. I think that's next, huh? But all these things teach our youth to work as a team. All these things teach our students to better themselves because they are our future. They're the ones that will carry on. And I see many of you shaking your heads say, yes, that is true. So we want to focus on the youngsters over here who are laying by the door and just hanging out. But before we start with the awards for those individuals who played a big part in recreation, put your hands together for the Calexico High School Drumline. Let's hear it one more time. Line. Boy, they got my blood circulating. I'd like to recognize a couple of elected officials here from the City of Imperial. Mayor Mark Gran, who's joining us in the back. From the county assistant office, we have Robert Menville. And I want to introduce to you my beautiful daughter, Megan Moreno, who's here with us. And my son couldn't make it. He's playing baseball right now, so Dad, I'd rather go to practice than go see your presentation. Oh, okay, son. We'll videotape it for you. I'd like to call Mr. Mandy Real, council member, up to the front, and Ms. Maritza Hurtado, if you would join me up here in the front as well. We'd like to pass out some of the certificates and honoring those individuals who've gone beyond the call of duty right here in front, so that when they come, you can shake their hand and give them the certificates. And I'll read the first certificate, and then we'll read the names. And this one goes to, well, I'll read what it says. Mayoral recognition. In recognition of your years of service to the community, through Little League Baseball in Calexico, you touched the lives of many youth, teaching them about the importance of teamwork and responsibility. Your dedication was instrumental in providing recreation opportunities for our youth and creating excitement and love for the game of baseball. We thank you for your dedication, your community spirit, service as an example to others. To Mr. Alex Rivera, Sr. Mrs. Rivera. Nancy Rivera, thank you. The next one also for Little League Baseball, your recognition of years of service. We thank you for your dedication, Mr. Joe Vindiola. I'm not sure if we have any one representing this individual's family from Arkansas. He came in the 1950s, Truman James. Not here. Oh, Hildy, yes, her grandsons. Her sons are grandsons of Truman James. And that was for basketball, right, Victor? And swim team. And another name of the past, a teacher, Mr. Mike Ferson. And you know, everybody knows this one, whoever went to Calexico High School, Ray Alvarado. And another famous coach for many years through Little League, through high school, and he was just one hell of a teacher and individual, Mr. Elmer Belcher. We have a Poli Flores Sr. Before I continue, I try not to forget our Heffernan Healthcare Memorial District ladies. I'm sorry, Sylvie Bernal. Gloria Grijalva, please stand. They do a lot for our youth, and we'll get to you in a minute, but I know I forgot to. My bad, Joe Vindiola, my bad. The family of Nene Torres. For Pop Warner football, Calexico's biggest San Diego Charger fan, Daniel Romero. Okay. And he's a former city councilman and mayor, and now, yeah. For another Pop Warner football coach for many years, Louis Espinosa. Take a picture, Georgia. Right there. Pimentel and El Sol del Valle. For Pop Warner football, Mr. Humbert Hernandez. For Pop Warner football, Yolanda Wallace. Debbie and David Wallace are here. For Pop Warner football, Joe Rodriguez. Joe and Gloria. For Pop Warner football, the family of Horacio Luna. And I'll make sure I hurry up, Cesar. I know the Dodgers are playing. Okay. Seattle, right? The one more game. For Little League Baseball and a Korean War veteran, Jess Garcia. And a very good customer at Super Shopping. The family of Jesse Macias. For Calexico Youth Basketball, le dicen el chiquilín. Le dicen Raza. He's no longer from Brole, he's from Calexico now. Danny Big D Santillan. I didn't bring any cigars today. I owe you. For boxing, for the Raza, take a picture. Felix, make sure that gets in the paper, okay? This is the one in the paper. For boxing, at the Calexico Boxing Academy, which was initiated by Councilman Real, Bardo Gutierrez. And Bardo was a DVL champ from the class of 1994. That's the last time the Calexico Bulldogs won the football. He's supposed to be training, but this is more important. Also for boxing, for many years, through this, over here, just saying hi to his former boss, Ricardo Marin. For initiating the Boxing Academy, Calexico Boxing Academy, Armando Mandy Real. Another individual for many, many years who has been a mainstay at the Dianza Tesada Gym, organizing all kinds of events for the community, Jamie Ann Chu. In recognition for creating the Community Education Sports and Training Academy, Sandra Contreras. As well as Mónica Tamayo. For the Sports and Training Academy, Community Education, Claudia Gutierrez. As well as Jeanette. Oh, you're here, Elise Eliseche. Thank you. This is the one here. Thank you. As well as Lily Garson. Mario Dominguez. Jesse Contreras. And this is for Calexico Boys and Girls Basketball Club, Lupita Reina. For Boys and Girls Basketball, Jennifer Chu Piña. And the one who always makes the decisions with Jennifer, Victor Piña, her husband. Get them both together. Because they are a team, right? For the Calexico Police Athletic League and the great support that this individual has provided the community for many years, working alongside a great group of parents and former Mayor Louis Fuentes. No, take your time. Also for the Police Athletic League, Enrique Bojorquez. For the Calexico Police Athletic League, I don't think anyone in this room has more passion than Miss Carmen Zuniga Estrada. And her partner, always involved in the youth sports, Tony Garcia. Tony is working. Nick Lira for Police Athletic League. Nelly Espinosa. Nelly. For the Desert Sun Girls Softball Association, an individual who went to school with me but has no gray hair, Jesus Chuy Iniguez. Y no se lo pinta también, así natural él. ¿Eh? Wait till he gets elected if he runs for office. Gustavo Escobar. A recreation director for many years in the city of Calexico. Nobody could contact him. We could find out where he was. They went to Walmart. He wasn't there. He had retired. And just today, I was leaving work and I was going down 3rd Street. And who's walking across the street? Jose A. Pepe Lopez. And I told him about this ceremony. The gentleman is 85 years old. I don't think he knew who I was. He said he didn't have a car. I says, I'll give you a ride. And he kept walking like, I says, don't you remember John Moreno? Ah, see? Ah, okay. But he was a recreation director for 20 years. For the softball and baseball programs in the city, Alex Flores. And I'm going way back, and maybe Victor, you can pick up this one, Alfred Swango. For our youth wrestling, Abe Sanchez, who is a police officer. Little League Baseball, Sal Munoz. And his partner, Sal Carrillo. The family of Al Borges. We used to have a swimming pool in Calexico, and we probably will have one within a year. Debbie Alvarado. And going way back, the family of Orbia Hanks. Thank you. For the swim team, Francis Panchita Alvarado. For being part of the Recreation Department and Recreation, promoting leagues in softball, basketball, and the voice of the Bulldogs, Victor Carrillo. Well, the other voice of the Bulldogs. And one more individual who was my coach in football, and I coached football with him for 4 years at Calexico High School. He taught me a lot about not just football, but about life and about teamwork and never holding a grudge. The family of Al Gutierrez. Please put your hands together for all of the individuals that worked as a team to make Calexico a better place through recreation and sports. And before we cut the cake and have the refreshments, we'd like a moment of silence for those pioneers that left us this past year, and their pictures and their obituaries on each side of the auditorium. Thank you very much. And many thanks to the administration of William Moreno Junior High School, Mr. Mariano Vélez, and Miss Gabby Williams Ballesteros. Thank you very much. We've got some refreshments. We're going to cut the cake. Y arriba, Bulldogs!